This is a video I'm making about the history of the English penny. So, the first penny was introduced in England in 959 AD in the reign of King Edgar, and they were minted all the way through to 1797. There was so many different varieties of them though, because every time a new king or queen came into power, they would remint the coins. And there were over 60 different mints in the country, all with their own specific dyes, so many variations of silver pennies. But they would be cut up into quarters as well to make change. And during this time, it was pretty much the only coin in circulation for hundreds of years. It was just pennies. And the first copper coin that came in was the George III Cartwheel penny, which was minted from 1797 to 1806. Although every coin is dated 1797, they never bothered to change the date on it. And the design was created by Matthew Bolton, and it was minted at the Soho Mint in Birmingham. And it weighed a full ounce, which was 28.3 grams. So they were huge coins. But back then, that was an ounce of copper. You got what you paid for. And they were obviously a bit too big to have in your pocket. 1 penny was an ounce of copper. So in 1806, they changed the size and weight of the coin and brought it down to 18.9 grams. This one's in bad condition because it was one that I found metal detecting. And this is the Victoria penny, which was from 1939, which was when she first came into power, although this is a later one. The first coins that Queen Victoria had were 18.9 grams, the same as the last coin. But in 1860, they reduced the size and weight of the coin down to 9.4 grams, which was when they switched from using copper to using bronze. So therefore, they were only made of 95% copper instead of 100% copper. The rest of the 5% was zinc and tin, which they used to make the bronze. This was one that I found metal detecting. You can't really see in this light, but it's got beautiful green patina on it, which they normally have when you find them in the ground. So yeah, that one there was 9.4 grams. And they carried on at that size and weight through a few different monarchs. This is one of King George V. George V reigned from 1911 to 1936. They played around with slightly different mixtures of the bronze, reducing the amount of tin and zinc in the coins. But they also weighed 9.4 grams. And they carried on through George V and George VI until decimalisation, which was in 1971, which is when they reduced the coins even further in size to make the new English penny in the reign of Elizabeth II. And these were still minted in bronze, but they reduced the weight down to 3.56 grams, which is an eighth of the size of the Cartwheel penny. And they minted them in bronze up until 1991, which is when they switched again, reducing the amount of copper that they used as the price of copper increased. And they switched it to copper-plated steel in 1991, which is what they still use today. I'm pretty sure the ones they make now have got a much thinner coating of copper. This one here, you can see, is one that I found metal detecting, and the copper plating is peeling away from the steel core. And that's how you always find them now. All the modern money just rots away in the ground as the steel rusts and disintegrates the coin. So yeah, that's the history of the English penny, as they were first minted in silver, and then an ounce of copper, and then just reduced the size all the way down, the size and weight of the coin, as the price of copper increased. And the amount of copper that you get on a modern penny now is just negligible. It's just copper foil. So you can see the size getting smaller and smaller and smaller all the way down. And this coin history video is one that I'm doing for Silver Stack Fever, who's currently running a contest on his channel. So everybody go and check out his channel as well, and do yourself a video on history of a coin. And I'll leave a link to his channel down below as well.